some more.
Yo, what's good, people? Izzy Max here, back again with the first match of the week in the MDL. This is the first time y'all are seeing me without a hat. We just got done with the first day of teaching for the school year this year. So yeah, I'm tired, but this was a really good match. I think this was the first game of the week. There might have been another one already played, but I do not have the recording for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is against between Hubbub and Hunter. Really good game here. As you see, we kind of started the recording a little bit late, but she ends up leading Snorlax and Togetic, and he leads Klefki and Lapras. So these are two very much so kind of setup oriented starts. As we are going to see, both of them are actually just Hunter is going to Gigantamax his Lapras. Going to be able to set the Veil. Here, Togetic, of course, is going to follow me. This poor little guy probably isn't going to get a kill. The Reflect here is just in case the Snorlax was faster than the Lapras. Of course, some damage could have been put through. But he does that, and then Snorlax, of course, just goes for the Belly Drum and eats its berry. So it's back up close to full. And here, Snorlax is just going to Gigantamax. And this is where things kind of start going downhill. We do have the Reflect up. Here is the Gigantamax, of course. This is fast forwarded for viewing pleasure because this would have took forever. So Snorlax here, we do see the Follow Me again. Here we see the metal sound, not a big deal. Togetic actually needs to die in this situation. As we see the resonance coming off, going to be able to set the Aurora Veil. Not that it mattered too much. He knew it didn't matter. He just wanted to make sure that the Lapras wasn't taking as much damage with the Reflect coming up here. It looks like she is going to switch into the Bisharp. This is Assault Vested. If this Lapras wasn't offensive, it was taking 3 hits, but this is a decently offensive Lapras. As Snorlax here ends up protecting, which was a really good play, and the Bisharp is just going for the Brick Break, but we do see Lapras protect, so this turn really ends up just doing nothing. On the other hand, that was Lapras's last turn of Gigantamax, so it was very, very helpful. As you see, she is just going to Brick Break into the Lapras and Resonance into the Klefki. This should be pretty safe and KO both Mons on the field. We do see the Metal Sound come out, lower that special defense of the Snorlax, but Bisharp is going to be able to break the Aurora Veil and KO the Lapras, as Gmax Replenish comes out at +6, and it does end up KOing the Klefki, really putting Hub in a very good position. She is now, I guess, up a Mon, but this Snorlax is going to be really hard to take down. Here, she is kind of in a sticky situation because of the Conkeldurr. But here, she does make a mistake and goes for a Sucker Punch, not knowing that it wouldn't work with Fake Out. And on the other end, I don't know if I would consider this wrong targeting. But if you're going to Fake Out the Snorlax, I think I would have attacked the Snorlax as well with the Conkeldurr. Just because the Snorlax is such a threat. It is at +6. But out comes Urshifu here with the Black Belt. And Body Slam. And then just going for the Surging Strikes, I do believe, into the Goth. And here, this is still just a really, really good position for Hub. Although this could have went really bad. But it turns out the Snorlax is actually faster than the Conkeldurr, which is weird. But that's kind of just how things went. And then Body Slam and another Surging Strikes. Or she just protects. Is going to be the end of this game. So there's game 1 in the books. Hub ends up winning 2-0. It was a really good game overall. He did play around the Snorlax quite well. As you now see the rest of the 6. You didn't see Kingdra and the Marowak. And then here you didn't see the Ninetales and the Venusaur. So here we are in game 2. Hub is trying to counter lead, expecting the Goth Conkeldurr turn 1. to kind of stop the belly drum stuff, but Hunter just leads the same way. I don't know if he was counter leading the counter lead or what, but this actually puts Hub in a really, really nice position. So she is just going to Gigantamax and attack the Lapras. I do believe both people max here. So this animation is going to take just a little bit. There's the max on the Snorlax. Yep, and then out next comes the max on the Lapras. This is something I'm actually going to bring up when me and Ryan do the breakdown. Nah, I'll save it for then. I'll save it for then because it's kind of important. But here we do see the close combat doing really, really good damage. And then the Vine Lash coming out here, almost KOing the Lapras. If it does attack, it will be knocking itself out with its own Life Orb. As we do see the Resonance come out, put Venusaur just under half, but we do see the Aurora Veil, and it does go down to its own Life Orb. And then the Vine Lash you'll see is doing some residual to the Klefki, which actually comes in handy kind of here later. This Vine Lash is actually really, really important. Here she thought about protecting with the Urshifu, but realized that if Trick Room went up, she was kind of in a rough spot. So she is just going to go all out on the Goth, which I thought was a really, really good play. I'm going to guess, seeing the metal sound, that he might have been going for a Psychic into the Snorlax, or into the Venusaur. But here we do see about a little more than 50%, and then the Vine Lash coming out, KOing the Goth, and also doing some more residual damage to the Klefki. And then all that he has left is going to be the Conkeldurr, so we don't see a team change. And Venusaur here really has this game on lock with the Urshifu because nothing can really protect. So expecting the protect here, and he sets up the Rain, which was kind of weird because it was boosting the Surging Strikes. If he didn't boost the Surging Strikes, I feel like Conkeldurr would have lived this plus the Vine Lash. But it's actually just in KO range. I think it's like 2 points under KO range for the Vine Lash, as Snorlax here, or Snorlax, I keep saying Snorlax, Venusaur knocks out the Klefki, and then Conkeldurr goes down to the actual Vine Lash. So that's going to be the game. It was actually really, really good. I feel like Hub is really starting to understand what her team actually does. Not bringing the Cinderace was really interesting, with that thing being such an offensive threat. Hunter played really, really well, and I'll just say it now, what I was going to say in the breakdown, and I still will to get Ryan's input. I think he's leaning too hard on the Gigantamax Lapras. It's a really good mon, but for instance, last week when he played Tay, he prepped like 3 mons with either Brick Break or Psychic Fangs. Hub did the same thing with the Bisharp, and it's a good strategy and it's a good team, but I think people are starting to like hard prep for it. But no doubt, I do think both of these players will make playoffs. So, without further ado, I guess I'll see you when I play my match. So, peace.